All right, number 18. Some building codes require that for indoor stairway, the tread depth must be at least 9 inches and the riser height must be at least 5 inches. According to the riser tread formula, which of the following inequality represent the set of all possible values for the riser height that meets this code requirement? Okay, so we're trying to figure out what's the possible value for the riser height. So that's the h value. Okay. And to start us off, we know the riser height have to be at least 5 inches, right? Because we have this requirement. So pretty much h have to be at least 5. Okay, so h has to be greater than equal to 5, or you can say h had to be greater than equal to 5, or you can say 5 had to be less than equal to h. Okay, either way should work. So we know that based on that, we can actually just we can eliminate we can pretty much eliminate a for sure. Okay, so h had to be bigger than 5 is not going to be between 0 and 5, right? So b could work, and then c could work, right? And then d, we have h is greater than equal to a. So depending on if you have something else, right, that d could also be possible. But we know h had to be greater than equal to 5, so eliminate a. The other requirement is that the tread depth had to be at least 9 inches. So that's D, right? D had to be greater than equal to 9. Okay. But then how do we relate this to the riser height? Right, then we had to use the little formula again, right? The riser tread formula, which we go back over here. This is the formula. Okay, so it'd be 2h plus D equals 25. Okay. So let's think about this. So what we have here, we said D had to be greater than equal to 9. Okay. So let's just do this here. Let's just say, what if D is equal to 9? Okay. Let's just assume right now D is equal to 9. We can solve for H. So this will be 2H plus 9 equal to 25. And to solve for H, we do minus 9 on both sides. Okay, so 2H equal to 16. Okay, and to solve for H, we divide by 2 on both sides. H equal to 8. Right, so when D equal to 9, we know H should equal to 8. Right, so they add to 25. Right, but then remember, we said D had to be at least 9, so that means D could be bigger than 9. Right, if D is getting bigger, you see the total is still 25. That's not going to change. Right, so D is getting bigger and bigger. Then that means what? That means the H value will have to get smaller, right, in order to get the same total. And the total doesn't change to 25. So as D gets bigger, H had to get smaller, right? So that means the H value should always be less than or equal to 8. Okay, it can be bigger than 8. That's not possible. Okay, so H value, as D gets bigger, H will get smaller. So H should be less than or equal to 8. And that will give us an upper limit. Okay, so it's a H has to be greater than or equal to 5, but it should be also less than or equal to 8. So the only answer to it that contains that had to be letter C. Okay, so H value should be between 5 and 8. Okay, and that should be our final answer for number 18.